Oh my goodness.
Hey, how you doing?
Dude, this worked. Holy shit. How are you, bro?
Oh, doing good, man. What's yourself?
Good. This is my first Zoom thing like ever. I'm more of a Teams guy at work.
Yeah, I rarely ever use Zoom. I've used it a few times during the pandemic for work, and that was about it.
I had to go into the settings of Zoom because I was doing some test recording, and of course it just sounded like absolute dog shit. And I was like, okay, I can't have this. Dude, thank you for coming on, bro.
Of course, man.
It's good to see you in the virtual flesh. I don't think we've actually ever really had a conversation. Besides, have we? Because I know you through Joe.
Yes, I think the last time we actually talked was about a decade ago. It was during high school.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy to me.
It is. I just did a pod with my buddy Christian Burnett, who I went to high school with, and we did the same thing. When was the last time we hung out? I was like, I don't know. I think you came over to my parents' house 7 years ago, and then before that, probably 10 years ago.
Oh, the joys of adulthood.
I know, man. It's
like that. There's a John Mulaney bit. Do you watch John Mulaney at all?
I've seen a couple of them. There's
a bit that he does where it's for people in their mid 30s, but I don't know, late 20s. Yeah. But let's not see each other for 3 months and it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in touch with Tree all the time. We still make music together. I mean, he's still obviously working with Joey with Uneasy. So
yeah, and Uneasy's pretty sick, man.
I've been proud of them for the stuff that they've been doing. That I'm just my boys.
Yeah, you're living vicariously through them.
If we could still be in a band together, we would be. I mean, if I was still in California, but I mean, I'm way in Georgia now. So
yeah. What brought you to Georgia?
A long string of events, my dude.
Events, yeah.
So, I'll start. God. So, back in 2018, I moved to Indiana from California. That's when I left California. At the time, I was actually going through a divorce. Long story with that, but I couldn't afford to live in California anymore on my own. My parents live in Indiana still, and they opened their door to me. So I was just went to get back on my feet. Was in Indiana from 2018 to actually earlier this year. Just moved to Georgia a few months ago. Yeah. While in Indiana ever since then, met my current wife. We got married last year, and then we moved to Georgia because of some just financial issues. Yeah. With work and stuff. We ended up just moving in with her parents temporarily until we can get a new apartment. Mostly the job market brought us here. She got let go from a job that kind of unjustly, later on we realized that we probably could have pressed charges against these people, but
really?
They let her go for mental health reasons.
No shit.
Yeah, so my wife, she suffers with some mental health disorders as well as I do, and she it literally caused her to call out twice, which I mean,
it's not really a lot.
That's not a lot.
Often,
yeah, people call out sick way more often. Granted, it does affect her a lot more than that. And there were times where she ended up not going into work, but she would always get her shift covered. There were always someone who could take the shift. Usually in any job that I've ever worked, that's no problem. But they, for some reason, just took offense to it. And they took it as, you're unreliable. So the way they specifically said it was, we're no longer able to accommodate your situation. And she was corporate. Very corporate. Yeah. And she was like, my situation. Are you meaning my mental health? And they were like, well, no, it's not your mental health. It's because of the things that have happened lately. And you've been calling out so much. And she's like, no, I haven't. You're literally making this up.
Wow.
You said that my situation is this. You literally just put your foot in your mouth. But I don't know. At that point, we kind of we were dealing with so much else. Like we were also going through like a bankruptcy and stuff like that. And so like,
oh my God, man.
Yeah, kind of a rough few years, but I don't know. Like after we moved out here to Georgia, things have just calmed down finally, and we're like, I got a new job. She got a new job. We're finally
good for you, man.
Getting back on our feet, and now we're starting to get back into the rhythm of like our hobbies and content creation and stuff like that. So that's been a fun thing for me.
Yeah, I know. You've been going pretty hard at making content, like as of probably like 2 months ago. I'd say like you really started to like ramp it up. I've been particular reason. Well, I mean, I've been meaning to for a while. Like since I moved out to Indiana, I was like, I at that point I was like, okay, now it's the time for me to start over. But again, life gets in the way. Like I was really starting my life completely over from scratch, so there was like a lot more I had to do underneath to even get to the point where I could do some content creation. I put out albums here and there. I just self-released music. I put out some videos here and there, got into streaming. I don't know, just kind of put things out here and there. But now I don't know, something clicked where I'm just like, nah, like this is what I've been meaning to do for a long time, ever since ever since you knew me back in high school. Mm-hmm. I was always wanting to get into more content creation, music. I used to edit videos back then, put it on YouTube. But I don't know. A lot of that stuff kind of faded away in my early 20s. So now I'm just like, I'm nearing 30. I need to actually do what I set out to do, right? Yeah, and then like, as I'm sure you've noticed, there's like this entire generation underneath us that's just totally like taken over and makes it seem like it's impossible to like get your foot in any door, any window, anything to like break through. You know, it's like, yeah. How many fucking TikToks or Instagram videos do you see where it's like, you got to post a video every day, you got to do and then you see other ones that are like, it bugs
the shit out of me.
Like, I don't even know what to do anymore. Like I literally don't know what to do anymore.
You know what I've come to realize is all of these people that are giving advice, they're all full of shit.
Yes.
They are all absolutely full of shit. Mm-hmm. They are all either the same age or younger than us, slightly older. It doesn't matter. They've all been doing this kind of stuff for the same amount of time as the rest of us. The internet has been around for the same amount of time as it has always been. Millennials have had it forever. Gen X basically kind of invented it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's been here. We all know how to use it. It's like anyone's specific advice on this is how you succeed is all bullshit, because anyone who succeeds, it's because they're the first to do it in their own way. Mm-hmm. Totally. It's because they are doing it either that they're doing it in some creative way. That's the optimistic way. Either that or they have money behind them. That's another conversation.
Yeah, they either can like afford these obnoxious plugins and apps that like put your, can like make your videos look all fucking tight and shiny and put text and it's like,
I mean, nowadays, as far as like the creative side of it, like making the videos and stuff, there are cheaper and like free ways to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of like younger content creators exploit that kind of stuff, and more power to them. That's awesome. I used to do that kind of shit when I was a kid.
Yeah. You take what you can find and just.
Yeah, exactly. DIY. That's the whole punk rock mentality, and I'm all for that. But, where was I going with this? But it's, I don't know. Yeah, people try and corner it.
Science.
Yeah, they try and corner it down to something. It's like, no, that's not how this works. It's just the internet has always been a free for all. You figure out your way to do it, and if it works, it works. Like,
yeah,
it's a giant science experiment.
Exactly. And like now, it seems like the amount of time it takes to put out content, it's like to make it look like, you know, all these TikToks that have like hundreds of thousands of likes and like millions of views. It's like there's no in between. It's either like dog shit video that like crappy audio quality that nobody cares about, or it's like this extremely polished, like looks like a, you know, like a cinematic like short film basically. And it's like or it's just a weird video and it hits and it's like, okay, well, like what am I doing wrong? Like I'm doing literally exactly what they're doing. I might not be posting all the time, but I feel I'm doing the amount of work that I feel like I'm pretty much maxed out on posting.
See, I feel like that kind of mentality, that just comes from everyone's self-critic. Everyone is their own worst critic. So it's like you look at your own work and you're like, you can see all the little flaws, you can see all the times that you messed up, but someone who's viewing it, they're not going to see that. Like I looked up your podcast, it looks great.
Thank you.
It looks great. It looks very well edited, very well recorded. You guys are talking about good topics. It was funny. I actually I was scrolling through your Instagram and I was like, oh, there was a topic I needed to bring up. I needed to defend cantaloupes. But we'll get on that later. But I mean, everyone, like I said, everyone is their own worst critic. Like when it comes to wanting to seek advice, the best way to do that is the way that any creative has done for generations. It's you just look at the people that you look up to, the content you enjoy, and you take little bits and pieces of what, okay, I think I can do that, and apply it to what you want to make. And it's just a thing of trial and error. See, I've been trying, like with my YouTube content, I've been trying to take some tips from watching like YouTubers I like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Crank Gameplays. Those are ones that I watch all the time. So I've been watching their videos thinking like, okay, well, this is how their editing styles are. Or whoever their editors are. This is what their editors do. So I found a free editing program and was able to just kind of try and figure out
stretch yourself thin, and just
figure out how to do it,
what you can, and fucking run with it. What program is it, if you don't mind me asking?
DaVinci Resolve.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's really good. Right now I'm just using like the basic free version, and even with the free version there is a lot of good tools. So I'm like, and actually that one I found because of it was a recommendation I found on a video that was Jacksepticeye's editor, Pixel Pit, or Robin. They posted a video on their channel of this is the editing program that I've been using, and they even fully switched from their, I think it was Adobe Premiere, which is like the standard, I guess. I don't really know that. They switched completely from Premiere to this program because there is a premium version that like you unlock all the fancy bells and whistles and stuff, but even just the free version, just it's good enough for what I do.
Basic editing. I was trying to get by just using iMovie for the longest time, and like I just got so frustrated, especially doing the podcast. When we started doing video, it was like it just couldn't handle the amount of video because you're taking like 2 videos from 2 angles and then audio and like trying to sync them up, and then like I just got so frustrated, so I bought Final Cut Pro. And it's like just made my life so much easier. Like it syncs up the audio and video like that, and it just I
mean, like if you try out the program, like I would definitely like try and look up a bunch of videos and like tutorials and stuff. It took me a while to get used to it, but once I got used to it, it's very good.
It seems like unless I'm doing, like, I always wonder, like, do they make like movies on like Final Cut Pro? Is that like a standard? Like, because the Final Cut Pro is the Mac version, but like Adobe Premiere,
I wouldn't know, to be honest.
I wouldn't know. I
wouldn't know about video editing because like I'm more versed in audio production.
Yeah,
so that's what I went to college for. So like,
oh, you did?
Like, I went to American River College.
Oh, for sound engineering?
Yeah.
Oh, dope. I have a sound engineering degree too. Look at us.
Well, I didn't get the degree.
Oh, okay. Well,
I dropped out, but
okay. You probably got all the same shit anyway, and you learn most of it.
I completed the program, but I didn't get the degree because I didn't finish. One, I guess I didn't complete the program because there was one class that I failed. It was the final Pro Tools class.
Oh,
which, to be honest, Pro Tools, like I was kind of on subject here, another industry standard program that is honestly complete bullshit.
I can't stand Pro Tools, man.
Yeah, you can find so much better. I use Reason.
You use Reason to do all this stuff? Really?
I use Reason.
It's supposed to be a drum, like a heavy drum.
Yeah, it's mostly like MIDI stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I do for a lot of my stuff. Like, I mean, I record, like, it has the capability to record vocals and guitar and just has, if it,
you were like, if it can do
the ability to record.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a full DAW. And the whole plugin system is, it has like a whole rack for its plugins. So it looks like a physical rack, which is how I learned at American River. So it kind of translates there. So I don't know.
I've never heard of Reason. Well, I've heard of Reason. I've never heard of anybody using Reason.
Yeah. I mean, they actually have like a subscription service. So it's like,
of course, everything has a fucking subscription.
Yeah, but I mean, I find it kind of convenient. So it's like, well, like on a month when I'm like, I know, like, hey, I'm gonna record this month. I'm gonna I have a bunch of stuff that I'm gonna do. I will start my subscription, and do my recording, and then just stop it, and then like I can spend the rest of my time just like writing.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like I'm not really spending that much.
Idea, actually.
Yeah, I'm spending $20 for the. I mean, unless I get like, because I also have I've done mixing as well, and I do that in Reason as well. Mixed an EP for a band last year. Well, actually, they released the EP earlier this year, but I worked on it last year.
How'd you like that, mixing someone else's stuff and being?
It was different.
Being like in charge in a sense, like
it was.
Of it.
It was really fun. It was a lot different than how I learned how to record and produce, because going to college, learning kind of more of a, I guess, traditional way,
like a technical
way. I mean, it was more of a traditional recording studio vibe at the college, but with this, the way we recorded their EP was they recorded it themselves and then sent me the tracks, and I just recorded or mixed it remotely.
Got it.
So there was one recording session we had where I went there to help them record drums, but the majority of the record they recorded themselves and then I mixed. So there were some parts of it that I didn't have as much like engineer control over. So like there were things that I had to try and compensate for, but overall it was still like an amazing experience. It was my first real experience at being a producer engineer on a record, and the band is called, well, for the people listening, the band is called Atlas of the Dogs.
Everybody go check it out.
Yeah,
I've listened to it. It sounds good.
Yeah, they were really fun to work with. The singer Jax, my wife used to work with him at a coffee shop that they both used to work at. So, there was, I can't remember I probably shouldn't really say the name of the coffee shop then, because that was the same coffee shop that fucked over my wife.
Oh, probably not.
Yeah. But yeah, they used to work together, and yeah, I don't know. They met Jax through her, but kind of went blank there.
Cool, man. I wanted to ask you, because you and I are like do a lot of like, I guess mentally we're kind of in the same space from like a musician standpoint. Do you find that now that you are, because when you were doing like all your other bands like Nowhere But Up, and were you in another one after that?
Briefly, it was called The Modern.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, it was basically the same. It was basically Nowhere But Up, just a different bass player.
Like, do we change the name? Like, yeah, we probably should.
Yeah.
Anyways, my point is like, now that you are like having the experience like with the mixing and stuff, do you think that it takes away from your writing? Like is there a point where like while you're writing, you turn into like mixing mode? Like, for instance, I do that a lot. I'll be like just trying to lay something down, and then I'll be like, this fucking kick sounds like garbage. Like,
I mean, I do that with the stuff I've already released. I can't listen to things I've already released because whenever I go back to it, I hear all the mistakes. Ugh. I hear all the mixing mistakes, and I notice it all. And I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, oh, I wish it sounded different. But then everyone tells me like, no, it sounds fine. Like you're overthinking it.
And
I'm
it
like,
always sounds fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it always sounds fine. But I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, oh, I hear it though. So I'm like, I don't know. I try to forget that.
Try to forget. Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll go on a little binge and listen to my discography again. And I don't know. And
the farther removed you become from it, and like,
yeah,
your perspective can change. Because I mean, obviously,
when I revisit it, I'm like, okay, yeah,
this is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
not bad. Give me some credit. Calm down, everybody. Even though you're the only one that was giving you a hard time about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the writing and mixing, I feel like for me is tough because I like want it, or like if I'm trying to do a take, right, or I got like an 8-bar, like a 16-bar loop, right, and I have like this guitar riff or something. I'm just trying to lay down. I like can't lay down like a half-ass take. Like I'm not fucking mentally capable of just like, let me just get it down just for the sound, because like it has. I'm like, well, I don't want to have to come back to it. Like,
yeah, I do that all the time. Oh, it's gotten to the it's
so, dude, it is so bad.
I guess it's kind of just the. I don't know. It's partly perfectionism, partly being lazy. Because there are times when I'm like, I want to get it done now. Because there have been times when I'm like, I will get down a very solid scratch take, but I'll be like, this is a scratch vocal. This is just a scratch vocal, but I want it sounding as best I can so I can have a good mix later. Yeah. And then that scratch vocal ended up being the final vocal. Yeah. Because I was just too lazy to record another one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. The singing, I don't sing. So I mean,
it's kind of the same with guitar too. Like I don't know. Like I guess I'm a little bit more of a perfectionist when it comes to playing guitar, because I'm a better singer than I am a guitar player. So it's like whenever I'm playing the guitar, I'm like, I have to get it perfect.
Like it's gotta be.
It's gotta sound better than I think I am.
Just like a total paradox. Like
exactly.
Yeah, I need to sound like John Frusciante on on this record. Total sidebar. Speaking of John Frusciante, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and there was some serious. Do you like the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I've never been a huge fan, to be honest.
Really?
And I will be honest with you. You said the name. I had no idea who it was.
Oh no shit. Okay. Well, this is maybe my point. I feel like I've just surrounded myself with people that like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I was listening to this podcast, and they were doing like a "Is this good?" type thing, and Red Hot Chili Peppers came up, and they were all talking about it, and they were like shitting on the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They were like, "Yeah, they haven't made any good music since like Blood Sugar Sex Magic," and I'm like, "Fuck you, man!" Like Stadium Arcadium is great, and then
here's the thing with
I'm just a stan. Like I've just
here's the thing with Red Hot Chili Peppers. I've never been a huge fan. But they do make good music.
They do.
Here's the thing. I cannot like a genre. I cannot like a band or an artist, but I can still appreciate it for its musicality. And they are legends. They are absolute legends. I feel there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and I guess I'm definitely not. I'm not a stan. After listening to them talk, I was kind of like, oh yeah, that song does kind of suck. Like, it's kind of a dorky song. Like, yeah, Anthony Kiedis just kind of goes like all the time. He's like, I got the melody, and I don't want to.
Everyone has. I feel like every band or every artist has their weird, like, meme thing.
Yeah, they're like weird quirk.
They have their weird quirk. Like Red Hot Chili Peppers has that. Foo Fighters, like Dave Grohl, he's constantly showing his teeth.
Rise Against has pick slides. Like
yeah. It's Sum 41. He always sounds like he's yelling at you. Like
yeah, exactly.
It's everyone always has their jokes, but it's like these bands are still also very good. Like.
Yeah. The Red Hot Chili Peppers kind of caught some strays, and I was like feeling like, am I doing this right? Am I a true Red Hot Chili Peppers fan? Apparently, I'm not. What else? Oh, you just came out with a new song.
I did.
It's okay. Congrats. Well, the name of the song is It's Okay.
It's okay. The song's all right.
No, man, the song is dope. It's been stuck in my head since it came out. It's
awesome. I'm glad.
It's a fun song. I don't know if you wrote that to be a fun song.
Kind of.
But, it's a fun song to me.
I tend to write, or I try to write songs that sound fun, but the lyrics are a little depressing.
Nice. Good combo, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's just the emo in me.
Yeah.
Still like trying to reach through.
I'm gonna give you like my favorite Wesley Rose pieces here.
All right.
So I think one of my all-time favorites is 7 Minutes Away.
That was a good one.
I remember where
that was a classic, man.
I remember when where I was when Joe showed me that song. He was playing it off of like his fucking iPod Touch or something like that, or like the first iPhone. We're like at his I think at his dad's house or something, or one of his houses. We were sitting on this couch and like he played it to me on the phone, and I was like, oh fuck, that's like really really good.
Man, you know what's funny to me about that is like man. I think like that EP technically came out in 2011.
My God, that's
technically, but that song we recorded in like late 2009.
No way.
Yeah.
Sat there?
Well, no, we released that first, and then we recorded like 2 more songs after that, and that we just like that EP came together just piece by piece over the course of like 2 years. And then in 2011 we released Forget Gravity. Technically we didn't like fully release it because all it ever did was sit on SoundCloud. And then in 2013 we put out our last single, Bulletproof Vest, and then everything just sat dormant. And then like earlier this year we all talked, or me, Tree, and Joey, we talked, and we were like, you know, we should just release this. Like, it's been years and we have the capability to release it ourselves now, so it's like, just put it. Why the hell not?
Yeah, it's a blast from the past for sure. I like that song a lot. Were you guys was the, not to make this like super sad or anything, what was like the ultimate downfall of Nowhere But Up, if there was one? Or was it just like you guys moved away and that was it? Is it something that you want to share, you can share?
It was adult life. It was our early 20s. And I think we were all just being pulled in different directions. In my specific case, it was my ex-wife, to be honest. At the time, I was in a very abusive relationship. Like, well, I was the one being abused.
Okay. Sorry, man.
So it was like, it's a very touchy subject, but at the time, I was being pulled away from everyone that I knew. I was basically being told who I could and couldn't interact with. Yeah. And it got to a point where I was being told I wasn't allowed to hang out with Tree anymore. Or Joey, for that matter.
Wow.
Yeah. So, because anything that involved Joey automatically involved Tree. So it was like, I wasn't allowed to hang out with the people who were closest to me. So that was kind of a little bit of that downfall. We started to try to do the modern, and it's it kind of just escalated tensions in my marriage. Yeah. Or my previous marriage. So I just kind of stopped doing music.
Yeah, just fell out of your life.
Just kind of fell out of it, totally. And I just kind of, I gave up my hobbies. I gave up my friends because I needed to be a man and go to work. Wow. So yeah, I did that. I did exactly that. That was kind of the beginning of a long downfall in my personal life that ended in me getting divorced and moving across the country. Yeah, that was kind of the fall of that band, unfortunately.
Do you guys feel like you had more in the tank? If you
Oh yeah, we were at the time that we released Bulletproof Vest. We had written an entire album. We had written our entire first album, which actually ended up kind of finding its way in some of the songs ended up finding its way into Bella Trev and Egomaniac.
Got it. That's your full length one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Exodus and Marry Me were also Nowhere But Up songs.
Got it. You just kind of took them and
well, with Marry Me, Tree actually joined me on that song, recorded some tracks himself, and then sent them to me. And
I would say that's cool, man, but that wasn't that cool of a story. That was kind of a sad story, but
yeah, it was a sad story.
Shit happens, dude, and it's like, I don't really believe like everything happens for a reason, but life happens and you react to it and you change for hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. Better, I mean, that's kind of where I am now. I've dealt with a lot of stuff. I've been through a lot of therapy. Yeah. And then, I don't know, just after the last few years, just kind of starting over, things have been good. So, Tree and I are still making music together. We plan on involving Joey at some point soon. So there has been talks between us of doing stuff as Nora But Up again.
Yeah. That's when you write, I mean, especially at the age you guys are writing music, like it's such a formative like thing. Like that bond you guys have.
Oh yeah, they're my family.
Exactly. Like like last night I hung out with my buddy Harvey, who was in my high school band. And it's like we're just friends. Like we're never not gonna be friends. Like we wrote a lot of music together. We hung out a lot, and it's like we're just like never not gonna be friends.
Exactly.
So it's hard to like just put that totally away and be like, yeah, we're not gonna do that anymore unless there's like some stupid fallout. That
I mean, hell, even though I can't fully involve Joey in the recording or writing because of recording and drums is complicated and expensive. So. Like, but even still, every time I put out a new song, I send every single song to him first. Oh. And I ask him, do you like these drums? And almost every single time he's like, you don't need to ask me. And I'm like, no, tell me your opinion.
I need your opinion. I want it.
Yeah. You are the drummer. I basically, whenever I make a drum line, I'm always constantly like asking myself, what would Joey do? Like if I had one of those like old like WWJD bracelets, that's what it would be for me. What would Joey do?
Yeah, he's like the gold standard.
I
love that guy, man. There's so many good times of at his dad's house, like just playing Xbox, like playing Halo till fucking like 3 a.m. or like, like just oh my god, yeah,
good old days, man.
Love that dude. I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Yeah, like he's one of those people that me and him talk every like once in a while. We don't talk all the time, but when we do, it's like we don't skip a beat. He's like like you were saying, he's one of those people that's like we're never not going to be friends.
Yeah, it's always
like he's just one of those people.
Also, side note, apparently, speaking of fucking subscription services, I got a thing on my end. I don't know if you got it on your end. Like,
the remaining meeting time.
Great. I didn't know that was a thing. So do we log out and then log back in?
Yeah, it's like you have to end the meeting and then restart the meeting. This was a annoying thing when I was at work and meetings took long. It's like, okay, well, we have to like disconnect and reconnect.
Okay, well, I'm not done talking to you. So once it's up, we're gonna log out and we're gonna come back in. So I think I got four.
I don't know if it takes a full log out. I think it just take like you have to start a new meeting basically.
Okay. Okay, so another one of my favorites, actually. This is actually my favorite of yours. Is I'm Not Feeling Great. I fucking love that song, dude. Like
that was a good one.
When I was listening to that, it's that sick guitar riff, and then you have that little like boo 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 boo, and I was like, oh fuck, man, like this is gonna be a sick ass song. And I love like the crunchy drums, and it's like this kind of it sounds like very mysterious. It's like a very
I was experimenting a lot with that one. That one I wrote.
It's a cool song, man.
That one I wrote right after I got to Indiana. Because at that point I just drove across the country. Yeah, I drove from California to Indiana.
That's quite the drive, dude.
Yeah, I drove. But I just drove across the country, and then I was like, you know what? I had to like do some financial things or like I don't know. I was able to like set some money aside, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy a laptop. I'm gonna buy an audio interface. I had a copy of like an older copy of Reason at the time that I had bought years ago. So I was like, I have my DAW. I just gonna get a basic setup and start recording stuff. And that was one of the first things I was working on. And that's kind of like because I was kind of feeling insecure about the fact that they weren't real drums. I was just using a drum machine, and it sounded real crunchy and weird and not how I usually wrote stuff. So I don't know. I felt real insecure about it, but then I showed it to my sister first, and she was just like, "No, this is perfect. You're good."
It's a vibe, dude. It's a really sick song. Yeah, I really like that song, and I think another one I really like is "Feel Alive." That's a cool.
That
song.
one was fun.
Really
another kind of
too, man.
Another one of
shit ton of music.
I was trying to go outside of my comfort zone with Feel Alive. It was a little more poppy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like
I was trying to write a song specifically. Okay, so I was trying to force myself to write a song with that one.
Oh.
I was in severe writer's block.
Oh.
And I was like, I need to just get out of it. I don't know. I needed to force myself to do something. So I don't know. I just kind of picked a topic of like, you know what? I was at the time when I wrote it, I was single, living in my parents' attic, just lonely.
Yeah.
So like, lonely, horny 24-year-old.
I feel alive in my parents' attic.
Like just like daydreaming. And so like, I don't know, that's kind of where that came from. But then I ended up recording it like years later. So it's like the song is about me as a single person, but while I was physically recording it, my wife is sitting next to me. Like,
you're like I have to. I just have to. All right. Like, don't ask questions.
Just imagine this is about you.
Just imagine, like, but it's not. But like, imagine that it is.
It's not about anybody.
Yeah.
It's just. Yeah, I was trying to force myself to write something. I was like, okay, how about some angsty, horny shit?
It's pretty much all we listened to growing up, right? It's
like,
yeah. Just, angsty, horny shit. Can I ask what you're drinking? Is that Kool-Aid?
No, it is a...
No. Highlighting, no, it's not Kool-Aid.
No, it's, I forget the brand. It's like a mix of stuff. It's like a pina colada mixed with like... It's called Blue Hawaiian flavor. Oh, I don't know. It's like a bunch of mixed cocktail stuff. It's alcoholic. Yeah,
you're like it stimulates me. Do you smoke?
I was feeling a little anxious, so I'm like, I need to loosen a little.
Yeah, for sure. Do you smoke or take any like THC like gummies or anything like that? Or you?
Well, I mean, I used to when I was like all the time when I was in California. I was a huge stoner, unfortunately, and. All right, we're back.
Man, we're back. God, I was like watching the
that cut at the perfect time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, do you smoke weed? Let me just cut right here.
That's an ad insert that we're not sponsored by. I'll just put in like a fake ad or something.
Okay.
Sponsored by BetterHelp or some shit like that.
Do you need mental health help? Yes, I fucking do.
Okay, so do you smoke weed? Or you did?
I used to. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Georgia. Well, there's medical THC, but it's super limited. The only thing that's legal here is Delta 8. So that's what I'm toking on.
What the hell is Delta 8?
Delta 8 is basically a federal loophole.
We love federal loopholes in this country. We're built on federal loopholes.
Delta 8 THC it's a form of THC derived from hemp instead of cannabis.
Oh.
So cannabis,
like I know what that means, but
the federally illegal chemical is Delta 9 THC. That's the illegal like Schedule 1 drug. That's the thing that's illegal. And that's that chemical is specifically a derivative of the cannabis plant. Hemp is basically a cousin of the cannabis plant that was legalized under the Obama administration. So basically, weed scientists have discovered how to extract Delta 8, which is basically a slightly different compound than Delta 9, still gives you a similar high, but it's basically like diet weed.
Aspartame weed.
Yeah, it's very low effect. So basically, I've been on the longest tolerance break of my life, but it is legal. They sell it at basically every gas station in the Midwest. There's actually like I don't know the gas station brands I don't trust because they also have because there are
the dick pills
yeah, next to the dick pills, but also right next to the Juuls. And there's been like a huge controversy in like the cheap e-liquid industry of like them putting horrible contents into these things that are giving people popcorn lung and different types of cancer and vitamin E for some fucking reason. Like
get your vitamins with Juul.
Like, vitamin E is something that you're not supposed to breathe in, but they're putting it in something that you're inhaling.
Oh.
Like it's poison if it gets in your lungs. It's meant for other parts of your body, but not your lungs.
Not via Juul. That's not how nature intended it. You're telling me?
So like, there's a place in town that's like they actually get a decent supply. They're actually like a specific store for Delta 8. Different products. It's basically like a dispensary without the security. It's like Like it's more of just like a mom and pop shop that you would want to walk into. It's really kind of cute. I love it.
Without the bouncer.
Yeah. Without the bouncer and the gun.
Yeah. We
it's just you walk in and there's just like carts and pre-rolled J's and actual flour and food and stuff like that. Like I don't know, it's a neat little shop.
Do your grocery shopping there. My girlfriend and I we started doing like the like little gummies and stuff, and instead of drinking, like kind of just like trying it, because we'd get to the end of the week and like this, it's like, man, I've had like a beer like every day this week, like just one, but like the shit kind of adds up, and I also don't feel great.
Yeah, and the calories add up too.
Like exactly, yeah. And
we're getting to a point where we can't drink beer like we used to.
Yeah, it does not. No, it kind of sits in my gut.
Exactly.
But, yeah, we like them a lot, but they put me on my ass, dude. We only do like 5 milligrams, and it like lasts for me like several hours. Like if I take one, it's pretty much like I'm doing nothing from this point on. I'm taking this, and then I'm doing whatever I want, and then going to sleep.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like I remember I had a friend in Indiana who had one of those like Delta 8 gummies, and he was like on his ass, and then I took one and I'm like, oh, you poor baby.
Dude, that's how I feel, because
I'm like, just wait till you go touring in California.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean I definitely smoked my fair share of weed in high school, but it was always with people. Like I've never actually like bought weed, or like I don't have like anything to smoke it with. It was always just I was around people that did it. Yeah. And I took like this like really long period off, and then I did an edible like 4 years ago, and it was the worst experience of my life. Like I thought I was dying. I thought I was like, in purgatory, like living on a loop. I was like, I remember I was
high.
Yeah, I was watching a basketball game, and I was like, I've already fucking seen this. Like I already know what happens. Like, and it was the worst. So I just was like, okay, that's it. I'm done.
Oh man,
you know how we operate.
I mean, I feel like everybody has those experiences at some point.
Terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's usually like when either you're brand new or you had a tea break for a while. So like I'm nervous for when I finally go back to California for a visit, and
the real shit.
And then Tree absolutely destroys my lungs.
Yeah.
And then Joey's just gonna sit there laughing at me because he can't smoke.
Can he not?
Oh, he's got a good job.
Yeah, he's got a real job.
He's got a real good job, so he can't fuck that up.
Real big boy job. Yeah.
But we'll torture him. We'll tase him.
Yeah. Man.
I don't think he ever really cared for weed though.
He didn't. I mean, I didn't know him really
back in high school. Like he only did it like a few times. Just like I mean, to me, like when I was in high school, I never smoked weed in high school. I started in college. In high school, everybody assumed I was a stoner, but I was one of those. Oh yeah, it was the hair, it was the aviators, it was the emo look.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was wearing aviators, but like I wore those a lot.
You're like, I just love Top Gun, man. Fucking love Top Gun.
I don't know. Everyone assumed it, but I started when I was like 19. When I was in college.
Yeah.
It was actually my cousin that got me into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like that one, just like a weird like drifter of a person or a cousin or something. Like, yeah, we like I think the first time I had a beer, it was like me and my cousin, who I rarely see. Like I don't see him hardly at all. And he was like up visiting for some reason. And we like snuck some Coronas, some warm Coronas, like up to my room. Like they were disgusting. It was so fucking bad. A warm Corona. We couldn't figure out how to open it. Like we had the bottle, and it was just like doing rim job on the fucking thing. It like wouldn't open.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember when I was like 13. I was hanging out with friends, and it was like a lot of my friends lived in my neighborhood, so it was like it was a 4th of July, and all the parents were at one house, and so we ended up like stealing one sangria bottle like under our shirts, and we were like just what do we do? Are we gonna get arrested? Gonna go to jail?
Yeah.
But like it's like we all had it. We're like, oh yeah, this is tasty.
Yeah. Fucking nasty.
But it's like one sangria bottle split between like 6 people, 6 kids, and then you wonder why we all got mono.
Yeah. Wonder why everybody got the chicken pox. Sam and I once, we were at this party, and like we're not partiers like at all. I'm not a partier really at all. Not my scene. Somehow we ended up at this party, and we were like, oh, we're trying to leave, but then there was like this bottle of Smirnoff, and for some reason we were like, let's just take it. Like probably similar to you guys. You were just like, let's just take it. Why? I don't know, because we're stupid and we just want to take it. And so we took it, and then we go back home, we drink it, and it was like disgusting. It's just vodka. Like it was just straight vodka. And we're like, oh, I think I got some Powerades in my garage. Like,
vodka is my least favorite liquor. I hate it.
No, I can't.
Ugh. I'm a whiskey man.
You like whiskey?
I like whiskey.
Oh man,
whiskey, a good scotch.
I can't do
moonshine. I love moonshine.
Oh, real moonshine?
Moonshine's good. Have you ever had Old Smoky?
No.
They make moonshine and whiskey. They have an online store. I highly recommend it. They're based out of Tennessee, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. I can't do the hard stuff. Like I can do beer, but again, this just comes back to I don't love the feeling of just like 6 beers or like even like 5 now is like probably my max for doing anything, and I'm like, I don't feel good at all. I'm gonna feel terrible tomorrow. Like even like not even hangover. I'm just gonna I'm gonna sleep like shit.
I can't even drink beer anymore.
You don't like beer at all?
I get heartburn.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
you really are old, bro.
I get heartburn. And I'm like, oh, 30 is just knocking.
Yeah. You're like, I'll sip on my like blue fucking shit.
I can drink like very light beers sometimes. Like I like Corona. Yeah. Corona's good. That's like, it won't give me heartburn if I don't have too much.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know. I've never really been a drinker anyway. I did most of my drinking in late high school, early college.
Yeah. It's getting close to 30, man. Are you 28 or 29 or 20? How old?
28.
28, yeah, same. It's like my best, like Sam, he had a kid, and it's just like really hitting home now. Like, wow, I am old. Like, I'm getting old, and like
my niece is like almost in the 3rd grade, I think, and I'm like, I remember 3rd grade. What the fuck?
What the hell? My little sister, she's fucking 20. Like, my little sister is 20 years old, and it's like, she has her own life. She's like going to be done with college, and it's like, what am I?
So I wouldn't know that feeling because I am the youngest in my family.
But everybody else feels that way about you, though.
Yeah. See, I'm not the youngest in my family, but I'm one of the babies. I was the youngest for a long time, for like a good 10 years, and then when I was 11, like my aunt had like 2 kids, and then now they're the youngest. But
it threw off the math. Like, what the hell? Hey, I've noticed in your streams, and tell me if I'm wrong, do you have a Skyrim or an Oblivion map on your wall?
I do. I have a Skyrim, Oblivion, and a Morrowind map.
Dude, so I'm going to make this short because I've said it, but this will probably be my 4th time saying it on here. We've been watching Game of Thrones, had a hankering to play Skyrim, of course, tore my house apart looking for a controller, went on a quest to find an Xbox 360 controller. I went to GameStop. The guy was like, you have to go to Fire and Ice Games on Blue Oaks. And I'm like, this is my quest now. I spent $30 fucking on a stupid Xbox 360 controller because you cannot get the off-brand controllers. You can't.
Definitely not.
It's like Amazon, like $15. And I'm like, it's not bad, and it's wired. I'm like, I don't care if it's wired or not. And of course, the reviews are just like, it sucks ass. Like, don't get it. I'm like, all right, so I got to go spend it. And so now I've been dipping my toes back in Skyrim, like just like at 45 minutes here or there. And goddamn,
every once in a while I'll jump back in. Dude. Like I've played it to hell and back, so I don't think I have the patience for another complete playthrough of that game. But I've played it so much. Like every once in a while I'll come back in and be like, it'll be like visiting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I forgot how ingrained the first like hour and a half of gameplay in my fucking hippocampus that is. I'm like, you go here, and then you go here, and you fight the dragon, and then you gotta get the golden claw, and then you gotta see the graybeards, and you gotta do this. Like I'm literally like, okay, now like when do I get to play? Even though
one of the core memories of my teenagehood was the Skyrim release date.
Dude, I was talking about this yesterday or 2 days ago when I had Christian on, and he's like, I never waited for that game, but I knew people that waited for that game, and I Waited for that game.
Oh yeah, I was first in line at the GameStop near Walmart.
Fucking legend, dude. They're probably still talking about you.
Yeah, I was first in fucking line. I remember they only let because one of my other friends, Alex, we were the first in line there, and they only let like 5 people in. The first 5 people in, like one at a time. And so I was the first in. I was all alone in the store. Walked up, grabbed my copy. I remember walking out that door, holding it up, and the entire crowd just going fucking nuts.
Like the nerd.
Like that is a core memory. Like just like full like scene from inside, just like a little ball. Just
yeah, because
golden memory right there.
Don't they like they only let you in one at a time, right? To buy it, so you didn't like mad rush the store, and you had to have like your pre-order ticket.
Yeah, I had my receipt like there, and
oh my god,
I waited there for like 12 hours. We got there early that morning.
Dude, that game was just like it was the perfect game. It was just so fucking
fun. Oh yeah. Well, I remember like me and my friends, we all got our copies. We all ran to my house because we already had TVs and Xboxes set up in my room, and they were staying over at my house, and we were just we were playing that all night. Man, it was great. I remember just loading that up for the first time was I was so in awe because I was such a huge fan of Oblivion.
Yep,
played the hell out of that, and oh god, the memories, the nostalgia.
I know, man. Same. And like, I don't have like Xbox Live or anything like that because I know if I get it, I'm gonna be sitting there playing Call of Duty until like 2 a.m. and like I can't be doing that.
Well, I mean, technically, you don't need Xbox Live for Call of Duty anymore. Well, I mean, it's like Warzone is free on PC. I mean, but it's Warzone.
PC. Yeah, that just shows how long it's been since I've even like played something like that. Another one that's crazy is Grand Theft Auto has had this resurgence. Like they're milking that shit. I mean, like when was GTA 5 even released? I mean, it's been like
that was a 360 game.
Yeah.
That was 2 generations ago.
Why I set it up because I went and played on my Xbox One and it was like sign into your Xbox account. I'm like, yeah, because I remember my like Xbox 360 like gamer tag username. I'm like, I don't fucking know that. So that's another one that I'm waiting to play. But yeah,
I've played GTA a little bit. The resurgence in GTA 5 has mostly just been the online.
Yeah,
which I have a love-hate relationship with online. The game itself is a good game. I hate the people. I absolutely hate the community that plays GTA Online.
Just a bunch
I have a visceral hatred for that community. It's a full troll sandbox. That's what the game is. It's a troll sandbox. And some of the higher level characters and some of the even pay to win features of that game, like you can get stuff to just destroy low level characters and you can't get shit done. Most of the stuff that you need to progress in the early game is a lot of like traversing around the city and starting your crime businesses and stuff like that, which I like as a game mechanic. It was really fun, but it's really fucking annoying when you're trying to play GTA and create your little business, but then some asshole comes in on a flying motorcycle with a rocket launcher and destroys you, and you have to do all the mission over again.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that seems like it's
there's
I should not get back into it because that sounds
there's a huge community behind it that does love it, and I guess maybe I'm being a little throwing too much hate at them, but like it annoys me. It's a similar reason why I am always very timid to play Sea of Thieves, another game that I absolutely love, but it's just the community is a bunch of trolls. Have you ever played that game?
No.
It's basically pirate MMO, but like really good. You have like you can just play it single player. Like you have your pirate, you have a tiny little ship, you go treasure hunting, you go just like
fun shit.
Yeah, just pirate sandbox, mostly just sailing and fighting things in the water. I mean, I guess like the whole point of that game with other players trolling you, it is kind of more in character of the game because you're pirates.
Yeah,
because you're pirates, you're fighting each other. It's a little bit more I don't know. I have a little more easier time accepting it there, but it is still annoying. So it's like with that game, it's easier if you have a full party of 4.
Yeah,
to just like set out on your big ship and be pirates. Then it's fun.
What are you streaming the most now?
I actually haven't streamed on Twitch in a minute. The last thing I did was a lot of it was Cyberpunk 2077.
I had that on Xbox.
How do you feel about Cyberpunk?
So
it's like a line in the sand for a lot of people.
I'd say I'm on the I liked it.
Yeah,
I do like it, but the playing it on Xbox One is just like a load fest. Like,
yes,
here I am fighting these dudes, and
I don't even.
And I've turned like everything down. I've turned like resolution, like shadows, like fucking all this other stuff off, and it's like I can't even like play the game. Like I can't even get into like the combat that I want to get into, or go and stop the crime or whatever that's happening in the game, because I'm like, it's just gonna. And sometimes it freezes, dude. When I first got it, it was freezing like crazy, and I think they did an update, and then it wasn't that bad. But
yeah, with that game, like they definitely made a huge mistake releasing it on older generations because it wasn't made for that system.
It's a massive game.
Yeah, it wasn't made for it. They wanted to port it down to like appease their shareholders, and it was the biggest mistake they ever made. They should have just put it off and were like, hey, sorry, you got to wait a little longer, but it's going to be worth it. Which in the end, looking at the game now, it's worth it. The game is really good now. Like after all the patches, after all the content stuff that they've done, the modding community has been going absolutely insane with that game.
Oh man,
and
bad, dude.
Yeah, but it's a great game. They had a good story. They had good ideas, and they still have more ideas for future content. Like I think they have a DLC coming out at some point. But I don't know. I'm a fan. I liked it, but like I think a lot of the hate was a little bit misguided. Like it was fair. A lot of the hate was fair, but misguided, I think, towards CD Projekt Red, because I don't think a lot of people understand how corporate business works, and they have a noose around their necks put on them by the shareholders. Yeah. They have to do what they say.
Somebody. Yeah.
You have to answer to the money.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's it's a sad part of our of our world.
How much does it cost, do you think, to make a game like that?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean,
hundreds of millions of dollars,
right? It's got to be.
I mean, heck, I could probably Google this right now. What was the budget for Cyberpunk?
Yeah, what was the budget for Cyberpunk? I'm assuming they've made it back at some point. I mean, it's a super popular game, but yeah, I haven't played it in a really long time because I just know I'm going to be sitting there waiting for it to load, and I'm just going to get frustrated.
The studios, let's see, this on Google, ScreenRant.com, $316 million.
Wow.
Yeah. But also
Holy
that
shit,
game was
that's more than like a movie, dude.
Yeah, but that game was also in production since like I think 2013 or 2014.
I mean, it
was in production for a long time.
About it, like it was all, you always see these like, renditions of like, oh, this new game or whatever, and then it was like Keanu Reeves is in the game, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Keanu Reeves' character, though, I absolutely love his character. I love Keanu in anything.
Yeah, it's definitely
He's got just like some specific style of acting. I don't know what the fuck it is,
like,
but it's
give fuckedness, but
it's Keanu. It's him.
It's just him. It's like they should just put Nick Cage in a game. It'd be like similar vibes.
They should have them
together.
Have they ever co-starred a movie together? They should.
Wow, I don't know. That's a mashup we need, actually.
We need Nick Cage and Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, like either. I think they
the
need to
stoner buddy comedy of the year.
You ever seen Face Off?
Yes. Well, no, wait. Have I seen it? I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen bits and pieces.
That's the one with John Travolta and Nick Cage, and they swap faces. They need to do like Nick Cage and Keanu Reeves, like swap faces.
Freaky Friday, but them.
And then like Lindsay Lohan comes in, like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh God! I recently saw something. Actually, speaking of Freaky Friday, I recently saw something on TikTok that kind of blew my mind. It was highlighting a scene from Freaky Friday. Remember the scene where like it was towards the end where like the daughter needs to play her show, but they're still switched bodies. So it's like the mom doesn't know how to play the song, but the daughter does. So it's like Jamie Lee Curtis playing behind the curtain while Lindsay Lohan's playing out front.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis actually learned that guitar solo.
No way.
Yeah. They showed the clip, and yeah, she like, it's
Jamie
not
Lee
perfect.
Curtis can shred.
It's not perfect, but you can tell that she's like, she learned it. She learned, she's trying.
Wow.
Like, more power to you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good actor.
Yeah. Speaking of guitar takes or guitar actors, have you watched Stranger Things? Do you have a Stranger
I've only ever
Things
watched
take?
the first season. I need to watch it. That's
Talk
one of those
about a
things.
line in the sand. I feel like this is a line in the sand too. People either like hate it or they love it.
The thing is, I did love it. I absolutely loved it, but I just never got around to watching it. And now there's so much of it. Now I'm just like, the ADHD, like it's just like, I can't start it because there's too much to do.
Yeah. What
paralysis.
Do you guys watch a lot of TV? Are you guys into TV shows or?
Not really.
No.
I mean, my parents have Netflix, so we use their account.
So we
have like we have Netflix, we have Hulu, we watch those, and but every once in a while, but like the majority of what I watch is like YouTube, and then I don't know, I'm not really much of a TV or movie watcher. I play video games, watch YouTube.
Yeah, I'd say if I was like a PC guy gamer, I would probably be playing a lot of video games. Because that's what you game on, right? That's what everybody games on.
Yeah.
PC now, right? Yeah. Yeah, we don't. We used to. I used to not be a TV show guy. I used to not even be like a movie guy. It just was like, it's too much. Like, I don't really care. But recently we've started watching more TV shows. Like I said, we're watching Game of Thrones. I don't know if you've seen that, but that's like the eight seasons. Like,
yeah, I've watched a bit of Game of Thrones here and there. The majority of the reason why I haven't watched that show is because I don't handle gore very well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what it is with me. With gory video games, I can play gory video games. It's fine. I think the only one that I've really not handled well was Outlast, but that's another beast.
Huh.
So I don't handle gore very well, especially with like movies and live action stuff.
Yeah.
I was always that way. Even as a kid, I get faint.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't get that bad, but there's just something innate as people like watching somebody else get like tortured or like eviscerated or like just cut up is like I can't watch. That's like too much. Like,
yeah, I can't watch it. Like, but if I see it in a movie, literally it's just lights out.
Yeah. Have you seen like, I follow this account. It's called Hood. I think it's called Hood Shit or Hood Site. And it's
I don't know.
Every time it's always like the most like fucked up videos. Like, you know, you have to hit the like fucking like, are you sure you want to see this on all the videos? And I always read the description, and it's like, man gets smashed by bulldozer while working, and I'm like, okay, well, it's not going to be right away, so I'll watch like just up until it happens. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like, I saw like everything that happens. Like, I can't watch it.
I try my hardest to stay away from that kind of stuff, especially on social media, because like with algorithms and stuff, the second you actually like show any sort of interest, it's going to start shoving that shit down your throat.
That's true.
And
I'm on like some sort of like FBI list because I've watched so many of those fucking videos.
Yeah. So like anytime something like that comes up, I'm like, I swipe away. And like sometimes like, okay, the other day I actually got really pissed off when I was on TikTok because a lot of times whenever like videos like that surface, you wouldn't expect like major news networks to show full graphic videos, right? Like if you're on a major news network like live TV, you would expect it to follow FCC rules, and you're not going to like, oh, a man got stabbed in this shop, here's the video, and then usually what do? Stop it right before it happens, right? Mm-hmm. Not on TikTok apparently. Wow. NBC News, they just start showing this dude stabbing another dude, like showing the knife going in a dude, and I'm like, like,
yeah, get this out of here. Oh my god.
Yeah, like I don't know. I reported it because I'm like, I don't want to see that kind of shit. Like,
no, that's
report on it. Don't show me a graphic video. I don't need to be traumatized like everyone else. Like, I don't want to be a part of that crime.
Yeah, but that, you know, that's the shit that sells now. It's just like, if you don't have the most outrageous, like anger-inducing, divisive stuff as like a news network, then like, you know, again, talk about answering to shareholders. Like, I mean, They're a businessman.
Yeah.
Like they don't care. They don't really care about the stuff
exactly.
they put out. They just care what our ratings are like.
So it's like someone probably even sees the report that I did and is like, he interacted.
Hey, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, what's what are my interactions? I read something that the BBC is like not a publicly owned, but like it's owned by like the British Republic or something like that. So it's not like a private company, and that's why
I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, I think it's like a PBS kind of thing with us.
Yes, yeah, exactly. As opposed to like CNN or Fox or MSNBC or whatever. It's
NPR.
Like,
we have like NPR and PBS.
Yeah. Do you listen to NPR at all?
Yeah, I listen to NPR.
Yeah, I don't listen to a ton of them, but the stuff that I used to listen to.
I get like I listen to like the hourly news. It's very brief and it's I don't know, like sometimes whenever I'm listening to it, I do start to hear kind of the whole like corporate liberal bias. I mean, I do lean very liberal, but I do see that corporate bias in there, and I'm like, just tell me the news. I don't care. I don't care about how Joe Biden's doing. Just tell me what he's doing. Is he doing his job?
Yeah, it's kind of impossible. I have another line in the sand question for you. How do you feel about Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan?
Pass.
Yeah, I'll pass on him.
Pass.
I used to listen to his comedy a long time ago when I was a teenager. I mean, he was like one of those kind of edgy comedians.
Yeah.
And I was kind of into that when I was young. But as I grew older, I was just like, no, I didn't really care for it. But then, like, I don't know, hearing about the stuff that he said on his podcasts in certain episodes, I don't know. I think that there's probably more to him as a person than he lets on in the public life. But you know what? From what I see in the public, I don't really care for it. So, I mean, he can be whoever he's going to be, I guess.
Yeah. Do you listen to a lot of podcasts? Or are you?
I've listened, like, I only listen to 2 right now. I used to listen to a lot more when I was younger. But right now, the ones I listen to are Distractable. That's the one with like Mark Fishbach, Markiplier, Bob Meisker, and Wade Barnes. Do you watch Markiplier on YouTube at all?
No, never heard of him.
Okay,
sounds like a cool
he's like
guy.
one of the biggest gaming YouTubers out there. Is like I think he's been dubbed the king of YouTube in some videos.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. He's massive, but he has a podcast with some of the people that he does gaming stuff with, and they just it's like a
just kind of shoot the shit.
Yeah, they shoot the shit, talk about different stories. They have like a point system that they do, like where one of them judges the other stories. Like there's some sort of a structure to it, but it's a funny show. The other one I listen to is My Brother and Me. I don't know what the McElroy brothers.
McElroy.
Justin, Travis, and Griffin McElroy.
Sorry, man. These are deep cuts for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they do have their kind of niche corners of the internet, but I would highly recommend those podcasts. They're really good. That show is just pure chaos. It's 3 brothers just trying to make each other laugh, so they're just consistently being idiots. It's just they consistently lose brain cells as each episode goes.
I might check that out. Is it just like an open platform, sort of like they just kind of get on, talk about whatever they want?
It's technically an advice podcast.
Oh, great. I might actually have to check that out because I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, I love the open, like, talk about whatever we want, talk about just try to make each other laugh. So we got 7 minutes left. I think that'd probably be a good time to wrap it up. But before we wrap it up, I have a lightning round.
Okay.
That I've not even shamelessly, but I've stolen these from other podcasts. So you're getting the greatest hits of questions that I could come up with. What is your favorite emoji?
Ooh, definitely the rock on emoji. I use that too much.
Rock.
I use that too much.
So you hear someone text you like, "Yeah, I just had a baby." All you send is this. You just send like fucking.
I mean, like, it's usually just like whenever I'm posting stuff on social media, it's like I'll just like make a caption and put this at the end.
Yeah,
and
I like that. I like that. I have there's one, It's like this. It looks like a monster from Where the Wild Things Are. It's got like a red face and like eyes that are like this. It's like
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I almost use it like an awkward turtle. Remember Awkward Turtle, where it's like I don't know what else to say, and so you just like send that, or the eyes like this, like doing the like that one. Like I really like that.
Classic gym look.
Yeah. Yeah. What sport would you play if you were a professional athlete?
Ooh, baseball. I always loved baseball when I was a kid. I tried to play baseball and I sucked. But if I could, I would.
What position would you play?
Ooh, I was good at second base.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was a good second baseman.
Put me in the outfield. Way less pressure. Put me in like
my coach put me in the outfield way too often.
Yeah.
My dad, it was like a fight between all the dads. Like
all the dads are out there fighting.
All the dads are out there fighting. All the kids are just like picking their nose in the outfield. Like, what do we do?
Yeah. What movie would you be excited to show your kids if you had kids?
What movie? Oh, probably one of the movie that had the biggest impact on me is That Thing You Do. Have you ever seen that movie? It's a Tom Hanks movie.
Oh, and it's
written and directed by Tom Hanks. I can't remember the year.
That Thing You Do?
Yeah, so the premise of the movie is like in the 1960s, a band called The Wonders makes one hit and they go huge off of their one hit. Like it's literally the story of a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful movie, and it literally like that movie. I was a toddler when I first saw that movie, and I was one of those toddlers that I would like. The main character of the movie was the drummer, so I would like line up pots and pans and buckets and bang on them like I was pretending to be the drummer.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, movies like that when you're a kid, it's like it
was great.
Just in your DNA.
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite cereal?
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms? That was fast.
Oh, I am a cereal connoisseur, my friend.
Dude, I miss eating cereal.
I am a cereal connoisseur, my friend.
Dude, I miss eating cereal. I haven't had cereal in a very long time. Like a shitty, like, give me a... Dude, I used to eat mini wheats, like...
Oh, yeah.
Crazy frosted mini wheats, dude.
Lucky Charms were always my favorite. I had a specific routine while eating them. It was weird. That probably is more...
the routine.
Well, I would eat all of the cardboard cereal pieces first. Save all the marshmallows for last.
Oh,
and then
a bowl of marshmallows
when I say this out loud, I think this is more attributed to the ADHD. But I would eat the marshmallows in the order of the rainbow.
Oh my god, dude! I think
that's just much. Like
that's little too much.
Oh yeah, it's just kid with too much energy and no outlet for it. Just
if
gotta have a process for everything.
If there was a Westley Rose sandwich, what would be on it?
Sandwich. Oh, my favorite sandwiches always have like ham and cheddar.
Oh, a ham and cheddar guy. You probably like the what about the
sourdough? It's my favorite bread. So ham and cheddar, sourdough.
If sourdough is an option, always. Or if they have ciabatta, I really like a ciabatta, like a nice kind of like a little crispy ciabatta. Give me a little bit of give. You kind of grab it, kind of crunches. If you could time travel, would you time travel to the past or to the future?
I think I would time travel to the past.
Yeah.
Specifically, I want to know if I act like this is mostly just for like my own specific research, I guess. I want to know if I remember things specifically the way I remember them, if they actually happened the way I remember them.
Oh, so you would go back and like look at your life.
Look at my life. Just be like, is my memory accurate?
Did I really eat the Lucky Charms like that? Did that happen?
Exactly.
Is there a movie that you're embarrassed you haven't seen? Like when
everyone
like,
always
have you seen movie and you're like,
everyone always gasps when I say I've never seen any of the Godfathers.
I've never seen any of them either.
Really? Okay. Yeah, everyone always gives me shit. They're like, that's a classic. You haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it. Like, no, it's
the best movie trilogy ever made.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
I have 3 hours on a Saturday to fucking spend watching a movie about dudes smoking cigars. Sounds
right?
Shit.
I'm sure it's a wonderful movie.
I'm sure it's a wonderful movie. I haven't seen Titanic, but that's like pretty old.
Titanic. That like instilled my fear of the open ocean as a child. That movie traumatized me. I now
the pirate games like stay on the ship.
It took me a while to play Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
I could go on a rant about that. It took me a while to even get to that.
And now you're sailing the sea all drunk as shit.
Oh yeah, that's why the pirates were drunk all the time, man.
Okay, got
anxiety.
Last one. What was your go-to ice cream truck item?
Oh, that Ninja Turtles pop.
Oh, with the little gumballs.
With the gumballs and yeah, that one, dude.
That's good. I always wanted to branch out and try like some crazy one, but I always got the ice cream sandwich and just like the plain Jane ice cream sandwich.
Classic.
Yeah. Wesley, thank you, man.
Man, thanks for having me.
Super fun.
This was fun.
Hopefully we talk soon, bro.
Yeah, dude.
And everybody go listen to Wesley's music. He's a dope ass songwriter. He writes a shit ton of music, and yeah, we have less than a minute. We gotta go.